All right, guys, Western governments are preparing for something massive right now. We've heard all this crazy rhetoric of nuclear weapons and Russia's going to do something, there's going to be a strike. And now we are seeing behind the curtain of what they are preparing for. If this does happen or if this allegedly happens, who knows where this could come from. This could come from either side. This could be used as an excuse for something big to happen. All right, so let's dive into what they're saying because they are doing, quote, prudent planning, which seems like a nice way to say martial law, honestly. They're talking about locking down cities, preventing people from leaving cities if a nuclear event happens. All right, this is very serious that they are talking about this and they're planning for this. This is a report coming out of The Guardian and also Yahoo News. And every single day, there's a crazy report talking about how we're on the verge of nuclear war. And now they're saying Western officials. So pretty much the whole NATO alliance is preparing to implement this insane agenda if something happens in Ukraine or Russia. All right, so let's see here. It says Western officials are planning to prevent chaos if Russia uses nukes in Ukraine. All right. It says the plan includes measures to prevent panic buying and people fleeing cities en masse, The Guardian reported. And they said it's still considered unlikely that Russia or there will be a nuclear event. All right, there could be some other kind of event. But it's saying that it's unlikely too, apparently. But they're also planning to, quote, prevent mass panic buying and people fleeing the cities en masse. All right, so this is exactly why I say it, that you should get out of the cities. I know most people probably are rural already, or at least slightly rural, have some land, but being in a major city is going to be insane, and people are just going to flee to, the nearest forest, the nearest wilderness area, the nearest mountains or whatever. They're going to try to just flee out there. And it could work if some people flee, all right? But if everyone does it at the same time, everyone's panicking, then it's not going to work. Everyone's just going to be on top of each other. How are you going to hunt? We're going to hunt all the food away in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So they're preparing. They're saying they will not let people flee the cities en masse. So how would they do that? How would they stop people from fleeing the cities and prevent mass panic buying? How would they do it? I mean, they would have to bring out the National Guard or the military or something along those lines to do something that drastic, right? And we've already seen kind of a rehearsal the past few years of things being shut down. People are used to being shut down. They're ready to be, locked down again. A lot of people are just conditioned for this response. So it might be a easy response to implement. People might be so worried, and that's what they're talking about, all right? They're saying that people will pretty much be so scared. It says officials are also looking into plans to provide emergency support and reassurance to millions of fearful citizens should Russia detonate a nuclear bomb. All right, that's what they're saying. So this is pretty extreme that Western officials are planning for this, all right? And they literally know that people are going to freak out, and probably it's going to be even worse than it was 2 years ago. Probably be worse, the response from people, because this is something that's everyone's going to be worried about it, right? It's not going to be even like political, really, like, oh, this is like, everyone's just going to be worried that this is it and it's escalating to the next level now, because all this rhetoric from the US has been that we're going to do something if they do something. So everyone's worried if Russia does something, like, we have no control over it. You know what I mean? If they do something, we're worried that we're going to get dragged into this and we could be next. You know what I mean? We could be the next target. Western countries could be the next target. Europe could be the next target, right? So This is something that we really need to take serious. They are prudent planning. It's just like in Finland, all right? I made a video a couple days ago that the government was telling people to buy radiation pills, all right? They're saying every household needs to have radiation pills, potassium iodide inside their planning kit. So they are prepared in case of a nuclear attack. They're telling everyone. And then there was massive shortages and nobody can get it now. The pharmacies can't get it. People can't get it for prescriptions or anything like thyroid, medication or anything like that. It's all out. And even the warehouses, they said they're out. It's like the whole supply chain is out of potassium iodide within a few days of the Finland government coming out and saying that people need to buy it. Everyone needs to have this. So when is the U.S. the United States government going to come out and say, like, everyone should have this. Everyone should have some potassium iodine. Everyone should have some iodine inside their survival kit, right? Like, when is that going to happen? Because it seems like it's getting closer every single day, all right? They already bought hundreds of millions of dollars of their own iodine medication, or their own radiation sickness medication. Sorry, it wasn't iodine, but it was radiation sickness medication. It was called Inplate. They already bought hundreds of millions of dollars worth of that. So we should be getting prepared, guys. We should be doing prudent planning, all right? Maybe since there's such a stigma against preppers, we should change it to prudent. We're just prudent, all right? Prudent. It's all just prudent. Or we're planners. Maybe we're planners. Because the government calls it prudent planning. Maybe we should just be planners, all right? Since there's a stigma around it, it's like, oh, that's a bad thing to be prepared. It's literally just taking, the word prepared and making a new word from it. But they are prudent planning, guys. So get your prudent planning going right now, all right? Get stocked up on food. They're saying people are going to panic buy. I could see it now. I can just imagine it now. We've seen it the past few years where I could just see it. National Guard is at Walmart, you know what I mean? It's at Costco, it's at gas stations, and they're directing everything. They're trying to, control the flow, at least in like major cities, because that's where the most panic is going to be. The most people are going to like try to be fleeing out, and people are going to get stuck on the highways. All right, this always happens when there's like hurricanes and stuff like this in Florida. People all try to get out last second, and then the highways get clogged up anyways, and then you just can't get out. And a lot of people get stuck on the highways during the storm, and that's where a lot of, the injuries and like casualties come from a lot of the times, is if people get stuck on a bad road that's flooded and they can't get out, you know what I mean? They're just like trapped in a flood area, and they just get overwhelmed, you know what I mean? People on top of their cars and stuff like that, because they wait till the last second. And it would be like that, but even worse, all right? It would be nationwide, and it would be all the highways, all the major highways would be totally clogged. And they're preparing for this, all right, guys? This is official out of The Guardian and Yahoo News. They're reporting on it, all right? So let me know what you guys think about this. Are you guys getting prepared? It seems like governments all around the world are preparing for something massive to happen, and we need to be prepared too. So thank you guys for watching. Never stop getting prepared. We're prudent planning, all right? That's their term, so we'll use their term. So there's no discrimination against it, all right? So thank you guys for watching, and you have a big old blessed day.